Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Welcome to another episode of the Offseason presented by Cardinal Studios, which is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. We are going to actually flip the ball. We lied from the last episode. We said that we were going to continue down the line. Man, that's just really boring. We're going to go ahead and flip the ball and get to the defensive side of the ball. Today, we're going to talk about linebackers. With me, I got my bros, Q and Mike here, who are going to help me, break down some of these NCAA players. And we're going to go ahead and pass the mic over to my man's Mike, who's going to get into his linebackers. Mike. We're going to get into, I didn't say, we're going to get into linebackers today. So
we're getting into linebackers. All right. So to start, we got Anthony Hill Jr., Texas. He is 6'3", 240. Bro's a beast. Not gonna lie. Bro's an animal. I have some stats here for y'all people who like numbers. I got
stats are important.
So in 2025, I don't think he played as many games. But he had 70 total tackles, 38 solo, 32 assisted, 4 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. So stats are cool. I think his best season was 2024, where he had 113 total tackles, 59 solo, 54 assisted, and 8 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and 1 pick. So, in 23, he also played. He had 67 total, 41 solo, 26 assisted, 1 fumble, 5 sacks. So, bro's just like going out there and making plays. Like, he's just athletic as hell. I have his combine numbers, and in every single category, he was like top 10, if not top 5. His production score was like 72, which was 6th. His athleticism was 86, which was 2nd, and the total was 81, which was 3rd, like ranked. So, bro's he's just a beast. He ran a 4.5 40. I think he has like a 38-inch jump, 37-inch vertical. Like, he's just like a freak of nature. Yeah. So I have him.
How tall is he?
6'3".
Damn, I thought he was shorter than that for some reason. 6'3".
That's what I've seen. I seen like somewhere that he was 6'2", something. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess that was like his exact height. But
so he was above 6 feet.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So probably like 6'2", 6'3", around there. Yeah, like bro, he has the size, the speed, the production. Like, he's just always out there doing what he does. But what he does is just be like a problem. Like, he's just super explosive. So like whenever they were blitzing Texas, he would just get in there and literally, like, he's just the first off the edge. Like, he's just super how can I put it? Like he was just always there, like on top of the quarterback, like just breathing on their neck. You know what I mean? And same with the running backs. Like, anytime they would run the ball, like, he was just going around everybody with his speed and just hitting them like a Mack truck, like straight up. It was honestly beautiful to watch. My player comparison is Bobby Wagner. Me and Brandon were talking a little bit earlier, and I said that it reminded me of the 2013 NFC Championship game.
What's that?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So that was like the Kaepernick days. And bro literally was just like, I mean, we seen how that went. They won that game of the Seahawks. And Bobby was a big part of that. He was just creating a lot of pressure. And he has the same explosiveness that Bobby has too. So, like, I mean, that's like, I literally seen Anthony in the film and I felt like I was just watching Bobby Wagner. And I was like, okay, like, so pretty cool. He's projected late first round or like mid second. I think that a cool team that he could go to potentially is the Cowboys. As the Cowboys took some interest in him. And I think they even like they met him and stuff like that. I guess maybe, I don't know what they were talking about, but they met up and stuff. But the Cowboys have very early first round picks. So most likely they're probably going to get Reuben Bain. Me and Brandon were also talking about that. So, if he's still on the board. But Anthony Hill could be the guy that they go to. So I guess we'll look out for that. I think personally the Bears are going to pick him up because I do think he's more towards the second round.
My laptop sounded like a jet engine, bro. I'm like,
yeah.
My shit loud as fuck. I can't even ignore that shit right now, bro. I'm just swinging.
Yeah.
There's some deflating or something.
I think the Bears are gonna they're probably gonna pick him up because they have 2 second round picks. I don't see him going any later than that because he is very talented, very explosive. I feel like on any team he would be a huge pickup. I think those teams need him. Maybe even like the Broncos could pick him up. So he has a lot of options, but he's definitely gonna be like late first, mid second for sure.
I do see to what you said here that Anthony Hill was a 30-day visit for Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Or not 30-day, but like each NFL team is given 30 like official visits where they can like bring him in, talk to him. Like you see what you see on tape, but you get to like meet the player. And I think Anthony Hill was one of. That's actually significant because like when you're picking, you have 30 players to pick from out of how many players are in the league. Yeah, that's extremely significant. It doesn't always translate to them coming to your team. It definitely shows interest.
Yeah, for sure.
That shows interest.
Yeah, definitely. That pretty much wraps up Anthony Hill. I mean, that's our good. I mean, yeah, bro's gonna be a beast wherever he goes. He's gonna be good for sure.
There are a lot of talented linebackers coming out of this draft that I almost feel like I want to come back and touch back on this one because we're gonna break down 3 for this episode, and I feel like there's a lot of other talent that's not gonna get the shine the shine that they need. So oh man. All right. So I'm next up. I got, I'm gonna throw up a little highlight reel for y'all while I'm breaking down my player. But I've got CJ Allen, middle linebacker, I apologize. 6'1", 235 out of Barnesville, Georgia, where he played at Lamar County High School, both linebacker and running back, at a very productive rate too. Just going to go ahead and throw these numbers out here for both offense and defense throughout his career in high school. I feel like this really does translate to you flipping the ball and playing defense, but he had 333 carries for 3,267 yards, 3,267 yards, and 50 touchdowns.
Wow.
And it was really over 2.5 seasons because he didn't really play much his freshman year. He might have had like 5 carries, and his sophomore year he had like, I can't remember because the junior and senior year, he had like 140 and then like 110 touches. So like out of those 333, like he ramped up like in his last 2 years. So it was a lot of production, especially his senior year. And then to flip the ball, he had a total of 349 tackles for 21 tackles for loss, I know I said I was going to pull up this highlight reel for y'all, so let me do that really quick.
When you hear stuff like that, like it just shows these pro athletes are fucking freaks, bro. Like,
yeah. When you could play all game, like some people were like, "Yo, can of corn, I need some water, I need a break." These people just chomping at the bits to stay on the field, So I'm gonna let this run while I continue down my feng shui. So like I said, he went to Georgia. He committed to Georgia in 2022. You know what I'm saying? Georgia. He played. So he played 3 years there. And he had a total throughout his tenure there. He had 205 tackles, 4.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. And that's just, kind of what the stats are saying. And now, as you can see the highlights, this is where I'm going to start to get into the tape, right? The side of it that I think is more important than the stats. So I'd say that he's as you're seeing from some of these highlights, he's extremely instinctual. He'll kind of let the play evolve in front of you, whereas like someone like Sonny Styles, or like there are a couple other linebackers that are a little bit more like the play breaks down, he goes. He's not your super fast linebacker. As a matter of fact, I don't have his 40 time here. Because I don't really get like tied up into that stuff. Like I just watch how he moves like with other players, to be honest with you. I feel like when you're running in, t-shirts and underwear, it's a completely different thing anyway. So, I could pull up the number in just a moment, but he's a sure tackler, both when rallying to the ball and when it's open field and he's mano a mano with you. It's just like, you don't want to see this dude. He got like this really like get through me type of energy. Like if you see some of these plays where when you have to get like, he's the line, you're not like, he draws the line, and it's like, that's where the play ends if he rallies to the ball on you.
I don't know if he ran a 40.
So he didn't test?
Because I don't see anything for a 40. I just looked it up for you. I don't see anything for 40.
That's possible.
I could see that. Yeah, a lot of athletes even turned around and just did it for their pro day at their college. So, which again, like I don't really put a lot of stock into that when you have live reps in front of you of like him playing football, not running in a straight line. Yeah. I said he's really good with his body and his hands. If you watch some of these plays, though, he just smacks shit. Like he just tears his shit. Like he'll come down like. He'll come down and blow up some of these offensive tackles or offensive guards, whereas opposed to some of your, more agile, like your Sonny Styles, they're more the guys that are going to get you with your finesse, with power too, but like you'll see him, whoever's in his way, he's going to either shed the block. Sometimes he'll dodge the block, which I'm not sure if that's necessarily a lack of athleticism on the person who's trying to block him, or if it's just him being elusive. I can't really determine at this level. It's kind of hard to tell. But I can tell you one thing for sure is if he's coming down and you're in his way to the ball, he might make a clip out of you. Like, there's a lot of clips in here of him just full sending people. I already mentioned that he processes well, especially in the run. He's a decent coverer. Like, I wouldn't put him in man coverage necessarily, just because I feel like he's great in open field if he's got to tackle you, but if he's got to chase these, slot receivers or maybe try and get with a shifty linebacker running back, I don't know if it pans out too well for him. Now we don't have a lot of tape of him doing it. There's a couple snaps here where it shows him in coverage, and like I said, he'll stick to the player very well if he's got help, but I wouldn't rely on him as a coverage linebacker. For me, I would say he's middle linebacker 1 for me in this draft. After I looked at a couple of these other players, and I'd say he's middle linebacker number 1 for me. Not linebacker number 1. I'd say Sonny Styles is linebacker number 1. Just based off of pure talent and upside. But that's not for me to cover. I got him going in either the late first if someone like really loves him, or like an early second round pick, like a top 50 pick. I could see him going. I got some comps for him. Zaire Franklin out of Indy is a good comp for him. Patrick Queen, as it pertains to like the leadership and like development path, and then I got to throw Kobe Dean in there just for, yeah. It's just
number 2
My guy,
middle
Nakobe.
linebacker, 3-4.
yeah.
Because I don't like
We don't miss you, Nakobe
Dean or
Dean. We don't
Patrick
miss you.
Queen as the number 1 linebacker, and you're 3-4. I don't like that at all.
I'm sorry if I made that unclear. My middle linebacker number 1 for this draft. Like he's the best middle linebacker in this draft.
No, I'm saying like if I'm like building a defense, like
right, I agree.
I don't think he'd be like like what you're describing doesn't sound like a number 1 like linebacker in a 3-4, like a maybe even like a you'd be like an undersized like 4-3, maybe like an outside linebacker or something like that. I don't know.
I can see that. It's hard to tell because I feel like he does a good job with like in traffic. So I feel like I wouldn't say you could put him anywhere. But I could see him as like a Mike or what would that be, the Sam? No, I would see him as a Will, right? Yeah, like the weak side.
Yeah.
I could see him as a Mike or a Will linebacker in the league. It'll probably translate to middle linebacker, but I'm curious to see where he goes. I know we don't really typically do this, but I would love to see him go to a system sort of like, and this is kind of how San Fran's been like for a while, but I would like to see him to go to a system like San Fran's. And I feel like I keep...
Yeah, that'd be a crazy pickup, man.
Yeah, for real.
Right. I feel like I keep bringing ties to them when I said Brock Purdy, when I'm talking about quarterbacks and stuff like that. But, yeah, looking at like what they have now and looking at how they've identified themselves in the past, he's that kind of player. He's like a in your mouth, smash mouth, kind of linebacker. So, yeah, that is Mr. CJ Allen out of Georgia.
Georgia.
So I have Sonny Styles. I got another Combine Warrior. I covered Kenyon Sadiq in the last show, who also like tore the Combine up. I didn't do that. Well, I sort of did that on purpose, but
real quick, try and wipe your lens real quick. It's a little fuzzier out of focus. There we go.
So Sonny Styles, he's 6'5", 244. I mean, dude's a beast. I'm not gonna lie, dude's a beast. Physical specimen. Like I said, straight combine warrior. 11. What is that? 11'2" broad jump. Is that how you read that? Yes, yeah. A 43.5 vertical jump and a 4.46 40. So he ran. What did he run? So his 40 time was faster than Bijan, Christian McCaffrey, and Derrick Henry. For perspective.
Oh goddamn.
Yeah, for real.
So dude is.
He said his broad jump was 11.2.
Yeah, like I don't know if y'all saw that like graphic online, like after the combine, it was like where it was talking about him. It's like he's, like I said, he's 6'5", so he's like Calvin Johnson size. He was faster, like I said, than Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey, but he's a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Like he's out there hitting niggas, not, you know what I'm saying, like a fucking missile. Yeah. He's a former safety converted to linebacker, so
that checks out.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. I don't know if y'all remember Mark Barron. That's kind of like a crazy pull. Y'all remember who Mark Barron is?
No, but yeah,
he used to use a safety for Alabama. I'm pretty sure he played for the Bucks, and they converted him to linebacker.
I don't remember this guy, actually.
Yeah, he's...
Did he play for the Broncos at some point?
He played for the Bucks and like did he play for like the Rams? Are y'all looking it up?
Yeah.
You see Rams?
Yeah, I see Rams. Broncos too, you're right.
Broncos. Who's he drafted by? Was it the Bucks? Should be like a first round early pick by the Bucks or something like that.
I'm not too sure.
Let's see. Inside linebacker.
Oh, okay, yeah, he was first round in 2012. He was pick 7.
By who?
Yeah, the Bucks. You were right.
Okay, that's what I thought. See, pick 7, bro, and like literally same build, like I'm saying with Sonny Styles. Maybe not like the physical specimen, but the same prototype where he's just like a fast ass. He's a fast safety that just like hits niggas, but like his cover skills were like not great, which is why they pushed his ass to linebacker. So we ended up being like a undersized but fast ass linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna give up plays in the run game, but he's clamping running backs. Like he's keeping up with tight ends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How much does he weigh? Do you know?
Sonny Styles is 244. So again, like the play style is similar to Mark Barron, but the builds are completely different. Mark Barron was not big. Not big at all. My other player comp for him, who's a current player, would be Isaiah Simmons. I know y'all know who Isaiah Simmons is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what scares me is that's not necessarily a good thing because Isaiah Simmons is literally, like I have written down, he's like a joker, bro. Like he can play linebacker, safety, but like he's a true joker because he's a little undersized for a linebacker, but not great at his cover skills are not elite enough that you want him back there at safety. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So although he's a weapon, I don't know. If he's playing a team that's like running the ball at the middle the entire time and he's playing middle linebacker, I could see him getting shoved the fuck around.
Yeah.
Numbers wise, his stats are really not too crazy, honestly. Like he had 1 pick in college, 1 fumble recovery, 2 forced fumbles. Most sacks in the season was 6. Most tackles in the season was 100. So again, this is one of those players that like I don't know. It happens like every couple years ago or so. It happens every year. We were hype builds around the draft, but I like to see good tape. We see them all year, whatever. They're really good. And then they go to the combine, and it's like okay, they are really good. They just showed us in a shirt and shorts how good they are too. But if I ain't really heard of you all season, and then all of a sudden we're talking about you just because of the combine, like that's it's a bit of a red flag for me, honestly. So I'm really interested to see what situation he gets put in. If he goes to a bad situation, he's cooked. I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna end up exactly like Isaiah Simmons, bro. He's gonna go if he goes to like like the Jets. You know what I'm saying? He slides to
anyone who goes to New York is doomed.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like it's gonna be like he's gonna be like it's very. I mean, you could argue any player is like very dependent on where they land is gonna be how they play. But again, like I said, his position is so and his skill set is so like niche, I guess that nigga needs a good fit, bro. Do not put him on a sorry defense. Put him on a good defense where they can, figure out where to put him. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe like a Patriots, like that type of, like something like the Patriots.
Yeah, like I can see the Patriots. I hate to steal Brandon's pick, but like the Niners, like the Rams.
Yeah,
I don't want him on the Ravens, but just like an established defense where he has other pieces around him. Don't send him to the Raiders or the Jets. You know what I'm saying? Or the Cardinals, or the Commanders.
The Ravens. The Raiders. I would argue that the Raiders have a better situation as of right now than the end of last season. Like I think they really bolstered their defense to where like he could come in and the pressure wouldn't be all necessarily on him. I agree with those other teams you were mentioning though.
Yeah, especially because they still have Max Crosby now too. Like there's some development there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's gonna be a lot of development there.
That would really fuck him up. Like the Commanders or the me see.
Well, that would actually be like full circle because is Bobby Wagner still with them?
I think he's still
I was talking about Bobby Wagner earlier.
He's a free agent right now. Still in the market.
Yeah,
he might
the Commanders
retire,
at
bro.
7, the Dolphins at 11, the Bengals at 10. Like, if he goes to any of those teams, like, I don't love it. But if he ended up again on, like, the Chiefs at 9, the Cowboys at 12, the Rams at 13, the Ravens, the Bucks, the Lions, that's like.
I think the Cowboys even have another one at 20, another first.
Yeah,
round.
we got 12 and 20.
Yeah.
He could. That's the thing. He's so.
It depends on what falls to us at 1 or at 12.
Yeah.
That's going to be dependent on what we go for 20.
Yeah, for sure.
And if nothing's there at 12 available for us, I see us trading out of that.
Probably.
I'm interested to see what the Cardinals do at 3. I could see them trading out of that joint. If they were smart.
They should.
Yeah, if they were smart, I would trade out of that, bro. I don't care how far
What are they going to get? If they get best player available off of my projection, it's going to be there. They're taking Arvell Reeves.
Or it's going to be, Reese or Bailey, or
Bailey,
like whoever goes
Bailey.
2. Whichever those two go at 2,
Right.
one of those two is going 3. Like,
Yeah.
I think Arvell's going after Bailey. That's what I would think. Just from we haven't even gotten into
Our mock draft or anything, but
yeah, or even like that position yet. Like we're once we get I cannot wait to get into the line. Like once we get into the defensive line, and the DBs. Like I mean, we're already talking about heat here with the linebackers, and it's a step up from. We're not even going to talk about the past. It's out there. Y'all can check it out. Good content, really good information. It's just, it's a niche position that I think definitely needs more love and attention, which is why we're here. Were you done with your player? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take over if you were.
Yeah, pretty much. Isaiah Simmons player comp, like I said. And I have written down, and when I was watching his highlights, he wore number 0, so he got to be nice, bro. That's what I wrote down. Like he was wearing number 0. That's my favorite number in sports, bro. If 0, you wear that, it looks cold as hell, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in football,
especially
defense. Gilbert.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Russell Westbrook. 0 is what that isn't he
okay.
0?
Yeah, I think. But that's
obviously
I thought I always had to go with Arenas. Yo, shooter.
Yeah, I was about to say I probably should think of Gilbert Arenas being from.
Virginia, can I do that on YouTube? Where's my shake? Hold on, I'll be right. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Makes me think of Damian Lillard, bro. I love Dame.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So it's a big basketball number, but that's the single digits. They look cold. I wasn't crazy about it in the NFL, but they look cold. Yeah. But yeah, that's
right along. I gotta touch on this because I feel like this man he's a hot topic of the off season, not just here on the show, but in the world of football. Let me share my screen real quick. Hold on a second. Let me share this clip for y'all. Let me play this real quick.
We get a lot of drama out of Philly. Jalen Hurts in a receiver situation. And we playing for the past however many years and really just sitting back from a football point of view and just watching and, after playing them, Jalen Hurts was never he's never a guy who we worried about.
You were 4-2 against him.
Our game was always because they have a great offensive line. Got to stop the run. So you got to be where you're supposed to be to stop the run. And then that may open up the passing game, but he was never asked to do so much. You had A.J. Brown with his route concepts. You give him the ball. You got Devontae Smith, give him the ball. And you got Dallas Goedert, got to get him the ball. He was never
I think we actually rarely played them.
He's probably been having
everyone
maybe
being
he has
healthy,
been changed
so
up a little bit in the locker room and stuff like that. But he don't give me those vibes as far as off the field stuff. This about his 7, 6, 7 off.
This is his 6th now.
We may have got frustrated with that and things like that. As far as Jalen Hurts being a bad teammate and stuff like that. Maybe this past year was just that moment where he kind of was tipping point, things going bad. Everybody blaming him. He probably just F. We get a lot of drama out of Philly.
We had Devontae, but if we
hold up, Brandon, pause.
AJ, then we're missing Smitty.
Yeah, that's the end of it. I was just gonna let it play out.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at some of his stats. These are kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Who, Levante David or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, and for people who don't know who
Levante
Levante David is, let me give him a formal introduction.
Levante David is good.
Yeah.
He might be one of the best linebackers of, like, his era, I would argue.
No, he is.
Super Bowl champion, one-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro selection, first
He didn't
team.
play in the fucking Buccaneers, bro. He plays on one of the smallest markets. Like, I think they might be they're one of the smallest markets in the league. So
Yeah. Yeah, and making noise while doing it.
it.
Yeah. He brought a ring. Oh, I can't see he ended it. That team was stacked. I mean, they had Tom Brady. They had a really nice defense.
Yeah, defense was nice.
Yeah,
Didn't they have
AB.
Didn't they have Sue? Did they have Sue on that defense?
They did. Yeah, because they had Vita Vea then too, right?
Let me see.
That defense was crazy, actually.
Yeah,
But
the whole team was crazy.
What are y'all's thoughts on that? Like, while we're looking this up, because like, I feel like that's exactly I like it because it's more further validation from another, not only a player, but a player who saw him 6 times and beat him 4 of those times. Not him alone, but his team did. You know, it's a team sport. But for someone to say that, like, when we prepare for Philadelphia, I'm thinking about how their line's going to attack us. I'm thinking about when Jalen gets the ball. And he did knock him, by the way. Like, in this interview, he actually turned around and, like, said, like, as a leader, and he knew players that went through the locker room and were friends with Jalen, and they're like, he's a great leader. It's just they don't ask him to do these things. I just wanted to know, I do want to put that out there, because the short did try to make it seem like fuel when he was really, I think there's a difference in having a take on something and the difference in speaking facts on something. A take is like, I think, you know, and facts is like, just out of 6 games, this is what I experienced. This is how we prepared for him.
Yeah. I mean,
Go ahead, Valerie.
like for me, I think that it's hard because the Eagles have had a new offensive coordinator every single year. So like, it's not like we've had anybody consistent that's like consistently good and able to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like truly that has like experience, you know, playing against the Bucs every time, or, you know what I mean? So like, cause they pretty much always have like a pretty decent defense, I want to say, for the most part, especially around that time.
Absolutely.
I mean, so, but I mean, like, he's good. He can, you know, say what he said. And he, you know, he did his part. So, but I don't think it's completely accurate. I mean, like, he is a great leader, but I think he's a great player too. But it's not just like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't just depend on him being like the head of the team, like how he said. Like, I think there's a lot more factors, like the coaching. Because like when we've had good coaching, like we've seen what happens. But when we have bad coaching, we've also seen what happens. So it's just like, we have a very stacked team. So I think a lot of people expect so much, but if you have a bad coach, like, not much you could do. You know what I mean? You're not drawing a great plays for your guys.
Real quick, it makes me wonder though, like, why is there so much turnover on offense? So, like, I don't know. I can speak
because they're winning. Because they're winning, and it makes the coaches look so much better because they have Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. So the coach looks fucking amazing.
Were the Eagles winning last year?
Yeah. Was our offense won the division last year?
I mean, no, our defense was a huge part of that, but we also did have games where we, you know what I mean, like our offense stepped up, but like barely. Right. Kevin Patula was a terrorist, though. So
yeah, I mean, last year Jalen Hurts had 25 passing touchdowns and 6 picks. That's not a bad year.
Okay,
it's not a bad year. Y'all gonna let me get on? Y'all gonna let me get in on this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me get my take? 4 of those picks were in one game, so that was just like an off.
4 of those picks were in one game.
Yeah, it was the Chargers game. He just had like a terrible game that game.
All right, I pulled some numbers up so I could have some reference for this, because I think that these things are important to talk about when we talk about the running quarterbacks, right? So I have 4 people's stats pulled up. I have Jalen Hurts, Dak, Kyler, and Lamar Jackson. Right? Sort of similar, like all running, they're all black.
See how you left Josh Allen out there? Was that intentional?
Honestly, because I don't. If y'all want to argue, we can. But I think he's clearly better. I think he's clearly better than all these guys.
Yeah.
I like Lamar, but I think I would like. He can throw the ball better than Lamar. He can throw the ball. Okay. Yeah, we're not. I don't have to include him. Okay, so those are the 4 that I have pulled up, right? So there's 2 stats. There's a couple of stats I want to bring up for these arguments. Again, why I bring these quarterbacks up particular, because they can run, right? So they're obviously going to have, the running stats and things like that. But because of that, they're going to have limited passing attempts, right? They're not going to have as many passing attempts as a Tom Brady, a Joe Burrow, to, you know what I'm saying, somebody who can't run the ball, right? So, start with Jalen Hurts. His most passing attempts in the season is 538, that's a lot. That's a lot, right? Don't get me wrong. His next closest is 2022, which is the year before that, 460. And his third closest is this previous season with 454. Let's go to Dak. This past season, he had 600 passing attempts. In 2023, he had 590 passing attempps. In 2021, he had 596 passing attempts. In 2019, he had 596 passing attempts. In 2018, he had 500. You get my point. He had 526 passing attempts. You see where we're going with this?
Yeah.
Kyler Murray. Passing attempts. His is more comparable to Dak's, which is kind of crazy. As a rookie, he had 542 passing attempts. But wait till we get to Lamar, because I don't think Kyler's that good, right? His second season, 558 passing attempts. That's almost as many as Dak had his previous year. That's crazy. I don't know why you got that nigga throwing the ball that many times. Right. I'm not gonna even continue reading his stats. I don't give a fuck. I'm just building my case, right?
Yeah, we good on that. Okay.
Lamar, his most passing attempts in the season is 2024. He was throwing that rock, but he threw 41 touchdowns, right? 476 passing attempts. The year before that, 457. And then his third most is 401. So again, his third most is 401. Dak's third most
than Dak's.
Yeah, it's 150 more. That's like 6-7 games. You know what I'm saying? 6-7. But you see where I'm going with this, right? So
right.
My other stat I wanted to pull up, which is really important, I think. So there's this stat. I'm on a Pro Football Reference for context. So there's this stat. It's called a touchdown percentage, right? And it's percentage of touchdowns thrown with attempting to pass. So it's a good number to indicate how many times you throw in that motherfucker, how many times you throw it, how many times you're scoring, right? It's a good indicator, right? So Jalen Hurts' touchdown percentage his average is 4.6, right? Dak's is 5.1. It's better, right? Kyler is 4.1. Not great. Lamar's is 6.5. So, again, that's another indicator of, that nigga don't throw the ball a lot, but when that nigga throw the ball, he throws touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So, again, these are numbers that when we talk quarterbacks, niggas are going to talk passing yards, touchdowns, interceptions. And there are other numbers that you need to look at. Again, we talking Joe Burrow or, again, these other quarterbacks, yeah. Those are the numbers I'm looking at, bro. I don't give a fuck about that other shit. But when you talking these other niggas, you need to look at shit like that because you build offenses completely differently around a Jalen Hurts, a Lamar. Because, again, their passing isn't going to be as great, obviously, because they can run the ball so much better than everybody else can.
Yeah, so but I would argue that Yeah, I would just say I would argue that like when we compare these other quarterbacks, like we can go down the list. I sound like a hater. I sound like a hater right now, but I'm driving the point home.
No, see what you gotta say. Yeah, make your point.
When you say quarterbacks like Dak Prescott, like Lamar Jackson, like Kyler Murray, you fear them for something specific. Like when you think about you're about to play, you're playing Madden, right? Like we could take it to something more relatable to the viewers, right? You're playing Madden and you're guarding against Lamar Jackson. You're gonna contain him. You don't want him to be running all over you, right? Like you game plan for something like that. When you're playing against Kyler Murray, kind of similar situation because I don't think he's gonna really. I mean, the attempts like you just named off the stats, I fear him more personally when he's at least on the move, maybe not just a pocket passer.
Yeah.
You're about to make my point, but keep going.
Yeah, then like when you're talking about Jalen and the Eagles, and back to Levante David's point, when you game plan for them, he might be one of the last players on offense that I'm thinking about. And that's just
That's
the order
because
of,
that's
like, how,
the Eagles in particular, though. That's because they have a stacked ass team. If you play
right.
the Ravens,
I think
you're
his
game
point.
playing against Lamar. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like yeah, the Jalen Hurts thing is very unique because like, what other team has two stacked ass receivers other than the Cowboys? But y'all don't have fucking Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit makes no sense, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, other teams have good receivers. No teams have their two good receivers, good tight end, and a top
five
three
running backs. Yeah.
Like no other team has it. And again, that's not Jalen Hurts' fault.
No.
It's not.
And that's why I say I sound like I'm a hater. I thought it was interesting because we keep talking about Jalen Hurts, and I stumbled across this, and it was making headlines on like an actual player kind of referring to how it is to prepare for playing against the Eagles as of, and he's a recent player.
No, I agree. Like Jalen Hurts is, again, the team is so stacked, but like my thing is like kind of what you're saying, and I agree 110%. When you gameplay against these quarterbacks, and it don't even have to be who we're talking about, bro. You're playing like to relate to the audience. You're playing NCAA, bro. If the quarterback can run, you don't want that nigga to run, bro. Right? You're gonna make sure that nigga cannot run on you. But what's crazy, and like it's the same thing with, you can relate to another position like a Tyreek Hill, right? Just a threat. Speed is a threat. It does not matter what position you play. Speed is a threat, right?
Maybe
so even if Tyreek Hill,
but
right. So like, yeah, but like, I don't know who would be the fastest nigga in the league right now. But my point is that it's the threat, and like the threat opens up so many things. Where just Tyreek Hill being over there on that side, all of a sudden the safety, you know what I'm saying, that corner backs up a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That safety watches that side a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? On the play actions, that nigga watches a little bit. It's the same thing with the running quarterbacks. So the running game improves when you have running quarterbacks. It happened with Vic back in the day too. Him and LaShawn McCoy, they were fucking nasty as hell because of the threat, right?
There's a threat.
It's the same thing. Like things open up so much, like because of that threat. That nigga play actions with Lamar, Jalen Hurts, wherever they play action, they turn around. Them linebackers bit like a motherfucker, bro. Why do they bite? Because of the run, and also because they might run, right? They turn around and throw that motherfucking rock. Someone's open. You know what I'm saying? Someone's uncovered. So, again, like, them just being scared. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They be all over that run. And again, should be wide the fuck open. But I do agree. All these quarterbacks I named, Hurts, Lamar, and Kyler, like, they haven't showed if they can't run it in the, like, when shit gets tight. You can't really rely on them, at least from what I've seen. Obviously,
that's something that Jalen has possessed. That is something that I will say that, like, when it comes down to, and we talked about this, so I feel like we're not talking in circles because this was a past conversation, but that is. I mean,
he's bald in the Super Bowl. He's bald.
Yeah, that's something that stands out when the lights come on. When it's shut up or nut up or shut up, he's showing up. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say some crazy shit, but yeah, he shows up when he's supposed to. So Yeah, again, like I'm not throwing shade on him, and quite honestly, as a Cowboys fan, please keep him in Philadelphia because at least when it comes to head to head, I'm cool, and you know what I'm saying. Like I'm all right. I ain't stressed. You know what I'm saying. If they get rid of AJ Brown, I'm even less stressed. You feel me? I feel like I would have gotten more pushback from my Eagles fan here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he.
I mean, I was letting y'all go because, like, I mean,
You better go on,
like,
bro.
I feel like the best part about him is just the fact that he wins games. Like, and like you said, he wins them in the highest stages. Dak Prescott hasn't won a Super Bowl, so we haven't seen him in the highest stages. So, like, I don't really know
It's
how he
because
would
of Jalen,
perform.
though, right? We're not going to argue that it's because of Jalen, correct? Besides one season.
Sure, but like, when has
He is the quarterback, though. He's
led
the
his
quarterback.
team to the Super Bowl? Like he has led his team to 2 Super Bowls now, and absolutely like dumpster.
That's what I hate.
Chiefs.
Led.
That's what I hate. That nigga
Yeah.
that shit's crazy.
Yeah, because
That
like
is wild. No, that is
I
wild.
hate that.
it's not just like okay, the 2 seasons ago when we went, like Saquon was just balling. So like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like you have to let him ball. He has 2,000 yards. You know what I mean? Like that's just, you know, it wasn't gonna be a great season for Jalen anyway. Like obviously, like same thing with like the Colts. Even though they did,
That's also with one of the best
We're in
offensive
the-
coordinators in the league back in you though too. So
yeah.
I mean,
Like-
hey, bro, that's part. That nigga Tom Brady had Josh McDaniels. That nigga won hella Super Bowls. That nigga, bro, like,
right,
Yeah.
right.
So, but like,
pull up Jalen Hurts Super Bowl stats, Valid. It backs your argument. They're good.
no, I know it's not just his Super Bowl stats either. Even his playoff stats in general are really good, and he has a lot of playoff stats because he's been in a lot of playoff games. So,
Literally. He has the highest completion percentage in Super Bowl history.
yeah.
That's actually wild.
73.3%.
So it's like you said, like when the lights are bright, like he's low key. Like I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of an aura farmer. Like when the lights are on, he's just like, I don't know, he just gains all the aura. And he just becomes like the best player for no reason. But like if it's a regular season game against the Chargers, I'm throwing 4 picks. So like, like I love Jalen, but he can do both. He can be extremely good or extremely bad. But like he has ultimately like he's gotten the job done. You know what I mean? And better than a lot of some of these. I mean, there's teams that were good, that have good quarterbacks that haven't been to the Super Bowl. So like,
I know. That's why the argument is so weird, bro. Like, we just watched Sam Darnold win a fucking Super Bowl, bro. Like,
yeah.
like,
Also, like, he was getting the job done too. Like, it's not like he was like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was just because of like Kenny Walker or just because of like JSN, even though JSN did pop off, because like Sam Darnold
wouldn't
is
say
a part
it's
of
on
that
his
too.
shoulders,
So
though.
like, yeah. Who, Jalen Hurts?
team game. It's the
Well,
thing. It's so, like,
both quarterbacks in the direct instances that we talked about. There was that. I mean, I'm okay. To Sam Darnold is what I was talking about, but like I also agree with that same statement for Jalen Hurts on his runs.
Mm.
But you work with what you got, so I mean,
Yeah.
and you made it
Yeah.
work.
Made it work. I mean, we like even that season with in 22 without who were you talking about? The Saints head coach. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now.
Tell him more.
My guy. Yeah. So like he came and he did his thing and we actually won that Super Bowl. But even in 22, like he wasn't our offensive coordinator, but whoever it was, and I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up.
yo, this shit is fucking hilarious, bro. I'm looking up Dak, Lamar, and Jalen Hurts playoff stats. This nigga Dak's played the least amount of playoff games out of the 3, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shane.
It was 2 and 5. Is that what we said? 2 and 4.
Yeah,
Like
he's
that,
only
yeah.
played
Like
7 games.
2 and 5.
Lamar has played 8, and Hurts has played 9, bro.
I'm pretty sure he's been in the league like in less
Hurts has
time
been
than
in the
everybody.
league since like what 2020, some shit like that.
16, 10 years.
Yeah, and like it definitely does have a huge, or a huge factor is because of like the team. Like we just have an extremely good on both sides of the ball too, not just offense. Or, like on both sides, we just have a really that 2014 was arguably one of the best teams. Like especially the defense.
Holy fuck!
Which is like my argument in this entire thing is that like, because it makes me sound like a hater when I say this. I don't.
It's okay. You can be a hater. You can be a hater.
You know, I'm gonna lean into this. I feel like you could plug in a lot of quarterbacks in that same position and under those same rosters, and they would have the exact same or better success.
You don't think you could do that with the Cowboys?
What do you mean?
Like, you don't think you could put another quarterback on the Cowboys and they would do the same thing with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens? Here's another thing. Here's another conversation. Yeah. Here's another side of bar to think about. Because I remember we was talking about this. Who we were talking about?
Because he is well protected too. Yeah. So like, to answer your question, yeah, I'd say so. So
here's another thing. Y'all remember the Cowboys that 1 year before they had Amari Cooper, how they were like ass cheeks because they had no receivers because Dak had nobody to throw the ball to.
It was Cole Beasley.
Yeah, it looked like a damn Baltimore Ravens Lamar Jackson receiving.
Bunch of slot receivers playing.
yeah, he was playing with a bunch of number threes and shit, and them niggas were ass cheeks. So they went and got Amari Cooper. He's always had like a stud, and again, I'm not holding that against him because again, you play with what you have, but he's always had a top 10 receiver, and when he hasn't. Let's look at those numbers, bro. Let's look at those numbers. When was that? 2019?
Yeah, but I mean, has he always had 2 number 1 receivers and a stacked defense?
Well, some people don't have 1 number 1 receiver. That's my point. That's my point.
Well, Q's argument the other week was that Smitty wasn't a 1. So
I don't think he's a 1. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Just because of his size, but he's good.
He's a good 2, but he's not a 1, according to Q.
That's still a stat receiving core. I don't give a fuck, bro. Don't do that. That's still a stat.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's not a 1.
I kind of
he's not another 220-pound. You know what I mean? Like wide receiver.
I'm kind of taking back what I said though, because like I feel like if you were to remove Dak from Dallas and put, for the sake of conversation, Jalen Hurts in there, I don't think he's gonna ball out. I don't think he's gonna ball out the same way. Different play.
That's
like
the thing.
Different players.
The numbers wouldn't be there, but they would still probably win.
You think?
I was gonna say.
That'd be crazy. Actually, that'd be such a
not more. No, not more. No, I'm not saying that. No.
Okay.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No.
But it's not like with the history of him going back to him being a very winning quarterback.
Yeah.
Did they win more games?
I was gonna say, do you think that? Because I think a part of the argument that doesn't get brought up a lot is, do you think the leadership and the presence that he has any effect on his team? Because I think it does. I mean, he's a good ass leader, dog. No, the Jalen Hurts.
I think they're both good leaders.
Yeah, like leaders. I was gonna say.
Yeah. So like, I feel like he could go in there and arguably do the same thing. I think so. I mean, they would just have to game plan more around, like Jalen running more.
Here's a better example. Instead of putting them on good teams, if you were to put these niggas on like the Cardinals, what do you think is about to happen? Because I honestly think they'd end up.
Yeah, but if you put Josh Allen on the Cardinals, is that really gonna like put them in the playoffs?
We've seen that in bad situations before.
People like do better with the shitty team is kind of what I'm getting at. Like nobody's making the shitty team a playoff team. I'm just saying, like, if we put
we have an example.
If we put Bo Nix on the Cardinals, my nigga, they're winning 2 games, right? But if we put Jalen Hurts or Dak, they might win 5 or 6, or Lamar, they might win 7. That's what I'm saying.
We have history of that, what it looked like without receivers in Dallas with Dak there. I don't know if we have a history of that in Philadelphia, and that's credit to ownership and credit to management and things like that. But
Actually, hold on.
Since 2022, when did Smitty come to town? So like, it's not like you never had options.
No, I think we do. Hold up, because like I'm a self-proclaimed Cowboys hater, so I have my data on the Cowboys. Let me see. I might have something for the Eagles. Hold up, I might. Because I remember watching the Eagles before Jalen Hurts got there, and that nigga was...
He was 21.
You said what?
Yeah, so A.J. Brown came there in 2022.
Yeah.
2022. That's what I thought.
So, like, hang on. 2021 Eagles offense. I got to see this, because...
Yeah, pull up, like, their yard, their passing, all that shit. Passing yards, ranks, all that shit. Yeah, see, like 2021, he threw 16 touchdowns. And with C, again, you got to look at them attempts, bruh. You got to look at them attempts. He had 432 attempts, only 16 touchdowns. And then, like, say this year, he had 454 attempts. He had 9 more touchdowns because the nigga got a better offense, bro. The nigga got better players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, come on, bro. You got Jalen Hurts came into Miles Sanders at 24 years old, by the way. Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Dallas Goedert, Jason Kelsey, Landon Dickerson, like Lane Johnson, and I know that came into having one of the greatest offensive lines.
To be fair, those are not like, that's not a number one. That's still not like, they still need a one. That's why they got AJ Brown. That's still not a number one, but
yeah, Devontae Smith had 916 yards and 5 touchdowns that year. He had a third of Jalen Hurts' touchdowns that year.
Well, I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Because he's not a bad player. Like,
nah,
that's not what I mean when I say he's not a one. I don't think Zay Flowers is a one. I like Zay Flowers.
Don't let me get into this defense.
5'9",
where they were just, I don't know, this team was just stacked. They've always been stacked. Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Josh Sweat, Derek Barnett, Alex Singleton, Darius Slay, big play Slay, like Ronnie McLeod.
He's retiring as an Eagle, by the way.
That's cool.
To Darius Slay.
You can't say he hasn't always had talent around him. Back to that full circle.
Oh, he has. Definitely has.
Which you can't blame. I'm not. It sounds like I'm blaming a player for being in the situation that they're in. That's actually beneficial for them.
I'm looking at this is a fun team to watch. 2018 Cowboys. Looking at their this is not the
year we lost to San Fran.
I don't know. I was thinking this is another year. This is the year y'all had a good defense. So this is the year y'all like fucking gave Alvin Kamara like a concussion or some shit.
Is that the year we had the Wolf Hunter and Jalen Smith and
I'm looking at stats, bro. Leighton had 140 total tackles. Jalen Smith 121 total tackles.
And they died in the playoffs. I remember that actually 100%.
The next 3 leaders in tackles are all defensive backs, bro. Jeff Heath, Chidobe Awuzie, and then Byron Jones. Like, this is a good defense, bro. This is a good defense.
If the Cowboys have had really good teams, how come they have?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why.
Like, what's the reason?
There's been
this is like a genuine question, by the way, not like a jab or anything. Like, just I want to know why, because I don't really watch them in the playoffs like that. So, like, I'm just curious. It's
a valid question. I would say, and I mean, when we're looking down this roster, we got big names at the wrong times in their career, or players that don't perform at the right time. And also, when you break down this stacked roster, go back and look at Philly's roster that year. Go back and look at Philly's roster over the last 10 years and compare it to ours. And it's still, like, we say it's stacked, I'm looking down the offense. We had Zeke that year. That was when Zeke was hot.
Sounds like you got to deal with your division rival when you couldn't deal with them niggas. That's not your fault. No, that's not their fault.
Division rival, like the times that we've got that, to my note, that we bowed out, especially in the playoffs. And if we're talking about playoffs, it had nothing to do with our division. It had to do with poor performance for one, and San Fran just whooping the shit out of us. It was never Philly. Like, actually, if we want to talk about the division, let's go there. Dak Prescott against the NFC East. He is 37-10. So, like, when I reiterate, it's not an issue against our division. It's how we play when it matters.
Because that division been trash up until the Eagles were good, like a couple years ago.
Still wasn't stopping us, though. Like when you said, like, get over our division, it's not what's stopping us.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that. I thought you were saying the Eagles were in your way or something like that.
We're in our own way. I'm just saying, in comparison to when I brought the Eagles back into it, I'm saying the rosters have been comparatively better than ours.
Yeah.
Is that a
Jalen Hurts is 19-11 against the
Back
NFC
to what I was
East.
saying. Not a problem that the players or anyone else needs to solve. That's an ownership problem. Like, we bring in names that, like, when I name off some of these people, you recognize the names from that roster, but they're not necessarily in the greatest point of their... Man, Jerry, for the longest, and this has been a slogan that's been said about them for a while, is that, like, Jerry is more... He looks at more of the Cowboys as a marketing campaign as opposed to an NFL team. So he's going to do the things like... And the cool thing about that I can kind of bite my tongue on is this year's different. Not saying this year's our year. That's some BS that I don't buy into. But usually it's like he'll get your injured player who, like, you know, it wants to turn into a story, or like he's always trying to do like these things to keep keep his name in the news. Whereas now it's more, at least from what I've seen as of the end of last season, he's making moves that make sense to me, not names that I've heard of. You know, there was a year when Mike McCarthy's first year, and they brought in Mike Nolan as our defensive coordinator. And I didn't really I knew the name, but I didn't really know his scheme. But I got excited because we brought in players like McCoy. What is his name? Gerald McCoy. We brought in Dontari Poe. We brought in Clinton Diggs. All these people on the back ends of their career. But on the headlines, that looks awesome because you all these names, if you're a football fan, you know all these names. But they're all like in their 30s, and they didn't do anything. Actually, two of them got injured before the season started. So, you know, to kind of backtrack on what I was saying, where this is different is we're not going for redshirt guys. We're going for, you know, in the offseason, as far as free agency is concerned, we're going for needs. And then it looks like the draft, we might just take best player.
They're going to have to show me. I mean, that's
run a football team.
He's a businessman.
Ravens going to have to show me. Everybody going to have to show me. I'm at a point where, like personally, as a Ravens fan, bro, I don't give a fuck what these niggas do in the regular season, bro. They got to, like, until they start winning it, like, consistently in the playoffs, bro, the regular season is. But I wanted to backtrack real quick to the Cowboys Super Bowl thing. Like, legitimately, there were years that I thought they were going to win. And, like, I have stats to bring this up, bro. And I wanted to look at these stats.
Talk about too, actually.
Yeah, so, like...
Was Terrence Newman on one of these rosters?
Hell no. These are all very recent. So, there were legitimate times in definitely the 2023 season. They were 12-5. They had the number one ranked offense points wise, fifth ranked offense yards wise,
Kellen Moore,
fifth ranked off a defense points wise, and fifth ranked defense yards wise.
You said 2023?
Yeah, they lost. I think this is the year y'all lost to the Packers. And then another year, 2021, they were first in points, first in yards, seventh in defensive in points, and then 19th in yards. But here, 2022, like, fourth in points on offense, 11th in yards. That's still not bad. Fifth in points on defense, and then 12th in yards. Like, again, they've had... Like, these stats are good. Like, you can't argue.
The Cowboys are regular season demons. That's what it seems like.
They are. They are.
At that 20, I'm looking at that 23 year, and I would disagree with you on that. Just from looking at, let's just start with the offense.
Shit, if you think they gonna win the Super Bowl that year, I don't know what year you could think they was gonna win the Super Bowl. Honestly, they were snapping that year.
With Brandon Cooks in your lineup and Michael Gallup coming off of a torn ACL. Like, yeah, they were lighting the league on fire, but like when it comes up against a team that like wants to stop you, I'm not feeling that.
I mean, they still had CD Lamb. Like, that's all you need, shit. The Seahawks should have won by old-ass Cooper Kupp. Them niggas scored, 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, JSN, did cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah, CD Lamb
was actually kind of nasty that year.
So what I'm saying, bro, there were times that year I'm like, bro, like, because they actually had a defense. So I'm like, goddamn, bro, like.
I take that back. That's the same year that both Tyron Smith and Zach Martin missed a lot of games.
In 2023?
Mm-hmm. I swear that's the year that Tyron got up out of there and went to New York. We're just not built to win. Like, we'll get pieces, but...
Do you genuinely think this year could be different, though?
From, like...
No.
From what I'm seeing right now, I'm not ready to say yes. I need to see what transpires leading into the short preseason. Because didn't they shorten the preseason this year? I just need to see how we look on paper. Because there's other moves that I think we need to have, like 4. I'm being greedy, saying 5, like realistic moves to happen, and some can happen in the draft. If they happen the right way, I'd say it could be different. We were second worst defense in the league. It's got to be better than that, right? And I think with that, I think you'll win more games. You'll have better opportunities to. You can stop the ball more, put the ball in Dak's hands more, score more. The scoreboard looks differently, you know. I think if our defense is just a little bit better in some of these games that we lost close to, like, say, Carolina or some of these other teams. It's different, but then you got to go play in the playoffs against people that, you know, trying to get.
I will say, y'all be losing a lot of heartbreakers. Real talk. Like, the game will be close as hell, and then like fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, and y'all lose it just like that.
Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't be like in games that shouldn't be games. You know what I mean? Games that were like, if we could literally make a stop.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, one other thing, back to the Jalen thing really quickly, because I heard someone say this and I didn't actually check this. I heard that there were halves, like half of a football game, where he wouldn't register like a reception. And I feel like that's actually insane.
Like a completion?
Like...
Yeah, sorry, completion.
God damn.
I don't think that's a consistent thing, though. I feel like that could just be like a one-off bad game. Like, again, like he has those. I feel like as an Eagles fan, I've gotten used to it. But like, there's the occasional one game every season where he's gonna like just have a terrible game. It just happens.
So like, here we go. It says Jalen Hurts failed to complete a pass in the second half of at least 2 games during the 2025 season, while still securing victories. So like, when we could say he's a winning team, you know, a winning player, but if you, I rest my case. That's all. I just remember that coming up, and I was just like, that's actually crazy for a quarterback to not register a completion. For a quarter is crazy. For like, how many possessions would you get in a quarter? At least 2, right? Depending on how they're playing you. Not to.
But what about
a completion in a whole half?
What about games where, like in the 24 season, when we were blowing teams out, and then like we played Pittsburgh, and we had like went up on them and then literally held the ball the entire half and just ran the ball, like just ran the time down for like the second half of the game. So I understand why he wouldn't get a completion in that game, because we destroyed them. You know what I mean? And then we just held the ball and just that was it.
Nah, my boy, he went 0 for 8. 0 for 8 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're not really necessarily known as like 0 for 8. It's not like he didn't make attempts. It's not like, and I'm with you, like strategy is a thing where like he attempted 8 times and a half and didn't complete. Now I will say 8 attempts and a half is actually a little like kind of crazy. Like I feel like you would have your quarterback dropping back a couple more times than 8 times.
That goes back to what Q was saying earlier, though.
What's that?
Like just him not passing the ball as much as a lot of these quarterbacks, like other quarterbacks.
Yeah. 8 attempts and a half is just like, I need to go back and watch it. I can't argue because I need to watch the game and just see how they played that. But that's just like, for how much you pay the man, that's.
Yeah.
I think it was Acho, Emmanuel Acho, actually, that was talking about this. And it just dawned on me. Like,
I still don't understand why we give him that much money, though. That's also my thing. Like, I don't understand what he did to deserve that much money.
what did we say? It was like 40, 41 or something like that.
He is paid a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like, respectfully, like, he doesn't deserve that much money. Because he doesn't.
You can argue his rings, you know, his leadership and things like that. I bet you that's how he got the money.
Is that, like, that much? Like, I don't think that's that much where he should get paid that much. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You also got to look at it like if they don't pay them,
who's his agent, bro? Getting this guy the bag. Who's Kirk Cousins' agent, bro? They must have the same agent or something.
I was just about to transition to that, actually, because that is something that I was getting ready to say, bro, because, like,
Kirk Cousins getting the bag, yo.
It's another 1-year deal. You know, it's listed as, like, what, a 3-year deal, but, like, you look at it,
it's kind of like the Travis Kelce thing we talked about the other week. Okay.
It's like, it's something, like, the number looks crazy, but it ain't gonna hit.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it first. Who is his agent? Like, because we gotta shout this man out. Who is Kirk Cousins' agent, bro? I looked this up and I didn't get to touch on this. Who?
Mike McCartney.
Mike McCartney?
Yeah, he's like with the Vayner Sports. I guess so. He's with the Vayner Sports agency.
Okay. We got to give it up. Hey, real quick, you know, so we got to give it up for
shout out to you, Mike.
Because, like,
from Mike to Mike.
Low key, like, under the radar. It's not even low key at this point because he's hitting headlines. Every stop he's had, he's bust the owner over the head. Both in Washington, when his tenure was up in Washington, he was hit with those franchise tags, and he didn't like the offer, so he went to Minnesota. He went to Minnesota and got his bread, dipped out and went to Tampa, got his bread again. And I don't think he played that much, did he? Not Tampa. I said Tampa. That's Baker. I'm sorry. He went to Atlanta. And I'm not necessarily sure if I remember seeing him take the field much at all.
I think they had Michael Penix in a lot.
Okay. You got to focus.
How much? Oh, I am. I remember. I seen somewhere that they were talking about that he's like the 3rd highest paid quarterback or something like that
of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
I could see that.
Or like 3rd highest player, like paid of all time, which is like, bro, like. How? Like, how? What have you done to get paid that much?
Right.
Nigga be timing the market like shit.
Let's play devil's advocate here. And
he said that cat about to go up. Oh, I'm about to be a free agent, bro. Yeah, y'all about to sign me for another contract.
Exactly. That cat gonna keep rising too.
So I'm saying that nigga's a fucking genius, man.
So we got Mendoza. Like, we're not getting into our mocks yet, but like we can all agree Mendoza is probably going to be number, like, not on my board because like how I weigh things, but like Mendoza's going number 1 overall to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Who's starting?
Kirk Cousins, probably.
Dude.
For like a month or something.
Do you think he like sits back behind Kirk? Which is low key. That's kind of crazy because remember when we comped Mendoza? I think it was DJ. I'm pretty sure he had Mendoza. Remember when he comped him to Kirk because of his or matter of fact, I think it was you, Q. You brought it up and you were like, he has like that golden retriever energy that like, you know what I mean? Which I thought was so cool because like, look at them now. Now they're gonna be on the same team and like, I think that's really cool. I don't think he needed to get paid that much money, but like,
he's about to be the highest paid backup in the history of backups.
Yeah, he's like the third highest paid player of all time.
But
like that's crazy. Like if he does end up getting the higher end of his contract, which I don't think he will, camera focus, he'll get paid more than Tom Brady. He'll be at the third spot, right under Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford. Is Kirk Cousins as good? Like, look at all these names in the top, like Matthew Stafford number 1, Aaron Rodgers, and then like I'm still gonna put Brady over him right now because the contract hasn't hit fully. And then you have Kirk right under him above Russell Wilson.
I would argue yes.
What did he do to like get that much money though?
I would argue yes, because back to that debate of like we swap roles, right? You put Kirk in Seattle when Russell Wilson was popping. You don't think Kirk would do his thing with Tyler Lockett, Doug Baldwin? I forgot. Excuse me, I
Jermaine
forget
Kearse.
See, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, Jermaine Kearse.
Beast Mode was Beast Mode not there too? Or you could plug and play anybody in that offense when they had everybody looked offense and defense. They were nice. Let's be real.
Also, like Russell Wilson was nice too at that time. Like his moonball.
Yeah, he was good too.
He was gliding it. Yeah, like that was his prime. So like he did his thing and he got his ring.
Yeah.
Different players though. They were different players because I would say Russ was more, especially in his youth, he was a more agile or like mobile quarterback.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if Kirk Cousins could do that. Because young Russ could run. Young Russ could run, man.
Yeah, Russ really could run.
Russ had seasons where he was popping, bro. Like he's had like 30 plus touchdowns and like 5 interception season or some shit. Like he's had some good years, yo.
Yeah.
To see they're all time up against each other. That's actually.
Yeah, like
if you go his all time versus all those quarterbacks that I named though, like obviously I'm taking every other one of those 4 quarterbacks over Kirk. I'm not gonna lie. I'm taking Stafford over him. I'm taking Rodgers over him. I'm obviously taking Brady over him, and I'm taking Russell Wilson over him too.
This man just consistently has 4,000-yard seasons, though, bro.
Who, Kirk Cousins?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
Like 4 to 4,500. His highest is 4,900 yards with the 2016 Commanders. Can we talk about that for a second? Like,
bro, who was he throwing to? Like, who was his receivers at that time? Like,
I don't know. I'm kidding.
Here we go. What year is this? 2016, nigga threw the ball 606 times. 2018 threw the ball 606 times.
Who was the offensive coordinator, dog? Hold on.
Threw the ball 2022, threw the ball 643 times. 2021 threw the ball 561 times. But hold up. You remember that touchdown percentage number I was talking about earlier? His career is 5.1, which is pretty good. But some years he had a 6.8.
We're talking about Kirk, right?
Yeah, 5.9. As a rookie, he had that's good percentages. But again, like, look at those attempts. I'm telling you, bro, like, there's certain stats you got to look at, especially when you talk about niggas who only throw the ball the whole time. Like, because he doesn't have more than 20 fucking rush attempts in a season, like, unless they're QB Neals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would say that 4,900-yard season, he did have one of the Shanahans, and because that was like one of the last years that was it Kyle or Mike Shanahan was OC or head coach in Washington. So like, I mean,
that's
just
2016.
from an X's and O's standpoint, he had an advantage. Yeah. That was before they made.
But
the
he
move
had
to the
almost
West Coast.
5,000 yards, but 25 touchdowns and 12 picks. Like, what the fuck?
That's right. I was gonna look up their roster. That's right. 2016.
You're probably throwing to like Pierre Garçon and like who the fuck? Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson, maybe? Like,
So you got.
Did they have DJ
you're
at
right.
that time?
You're right. Jamison Crowder, Jordan Reed, Vernon Davis.
Oh my God, Pierre Garçon and Deshaun had 1,000 yards that season. Both of them.
yeah, nigga in his bag. I'm trying to tell you.
Damn.
I remember I would actually feared Pierre Garçon. I feared this offense. Actually, I remember this.
He was
I
a
feared
good
this whole
receiver.
offense.
Oh my God.
Every time we played them, we beat them. I think. If I remember correctly, we beat them that year.
And Vernon Davis.
They had Josh
Yeah,
Norman on their
Williams.
defense.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like the year after he went to the Super Bowl. They gave
All
him
that
the
bread, and they put him in a completely
Wow.
different scheme, and they're like, "Why can't he play football?"
Yeah, literally. The Redskins did the Redskins thing. They gave this nigga like the bag.
For real, because he
I'll
was
let him
a
go.
heavy zone corner in Carolina, right? They had that man trying to like travel the field, playing against like Amari Cooper and stuff like that.
Playing
It was
against fucking
laughable.
Odell. They're like, go follow that nigga twice a year.
Yeah, and that's not what he does, and they
Yeah,
expose him.
exactly.
They
Follow
still
him,
pay him
follow
like
him.
he had like a $40 million contract, or 40 million APY or something like that. No, because this
Wow.
is before we
Wow.
had these big contracts.
Yeah, that's what you said, 2016.
Mm-hmm. Man, any other off-season moves that we missed? I know we just talked about Kirk. Y'all think OBJ coming back to the league? He plays a heck of a good
OBJ?
flag football game. You know what I mean? So
I guess, no.
I don't
Elbow,
know.
elbow.
Man. Who do you think would pick him up? That's the question, I feel like.
New York is the only real team that makes sense for him anymore. Because, like, when he went out the league, he was having injury problems. He's been out of the league for a while, so that means you've been out of league shape. It doesn't mean he's not been active. I mean, we saw him again, like I said, in flag football. He looks nice, but you put pads on, and, you know, someone else trying to hurt you, you play differently, you know?
Yeah.
So
He could have the league.
He could be a 2 to Neighbors.
You wanna draft somebody like a Carnell Tate,
Yeah, I
You know,
agree.
He would be a slot.
and then bring him in as a slot, because like let him play in open space. He's not burning anybody.
Yeah. Not anymore.
I mean,
No.
you want to talk about these young cats, but we're going to get to the cornerbacks later. You talk about that
Yeah.
40 times. They ain't even running
Yeah.
back none of them, bro.
Definitely not.
He's
Like,
not
does he
running away
bring
from
that
him,
strength?
hit
Like, does he
him
bring
hard.
like that dad strength, or you don't think so? Like, because I don't really
His
know
hands
anymore.
are crazy. So, like,
Yeah,
that's what I think
yeah.
would give him the argument to, like, play slot. I don't want him in Dallas. So, like, that's why I say a good homecoming would be cute and all, but, like, his hands are crazy. So, like, if you can get it there, Jackson,
Maybe he can even go back to the Browns. I think his best season was with the Browns. Remember?
he would be asked,
good on
unless they
him.
draft someone kind of similar situation, he'd be asked to do more than I think he's actually capable of. And that's not
Hell
downplaying
yeah.
the man. I just
Do
think
they
from,
still have
like,
Jerry
his-
Judy?
Yeah, I think so, right? They have Jerry Judy, and who's their number 2? OBJ?
He probably would be there too. Yeah.
I don't like that. And how much is he asking for would be the next question.
Yeah.
Market price. Like, what do you think the market is for?
I think
Yeah,
I
and I do feel like his agent's gonna advocate for him to, for sure. So that would be
Play that.
interesting.
They're gonna play that highlight reel of him, Moss, and Brandon Carr
no.
at MetLife, and be like, "You remember this?
Think about what was this? 12
worry
years
about
ago.
the date.
Don't worry about the Eli
I
Manning
think
play
ideally
action.
he's gonna be like a chain mover. Like he's not gonna like if you bring him in, you don't want him
Nice
to
downfield.
be going off. Like you just want him to get open. Like you're saying, Brandon, he can catch the ball, bro. If he gets open, he can catch the ball. But you don't want that nigga
Mhm.
running after he gets the ball, bro. He's gonna get hurt. So ideally,
Like a
he
tight
comes
end.
in and not that, bro. You said what?
Not,
You said
not in the
movement
regards of his lineup, not in his like alignment. I mean in like targeting and spatial awareness and movement and things like that. Like where you'd have him running the zig routes, have him running the quick slants, the hooks, just turn, get open, get the ball, and go down or something.
and go the fuck down.
Find a corner in the end zone and just put your hand up, I'll hit you up there type shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably still a good red zone receiver, to be honest, because of his hands. Like he's just gonna come down with it every time. So like,
and he never really was your 4 verticals guy now back in the day, and he certainly ain't now.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
for
saying,
sure.
bro. If you could just get him in on like it's like 3rd and 4th, like my nigga, just get the fuck open in the middle of the field. He could get open and again catch the ball and go down, get his ass off the field, bro. But
honestly, with
you need to go to a good receiving core, like
I think Brandon, you're right. Like if he does go back to the Giants, like, and they do get Cardinal Tate, he definitely could be a 3 for them. Be a really good slot for them. We low key might have just gave them an idea, like
they game from us. You know what I'm saying? Because they just lost Wandale Robinson, right? There's a gap for sure. There's 2 gaps to be filled. Would y'all take him? A quick question as we're wrapping it up, right? Flag in the play. Flag in the play. We can't be talking about ball and not sound crazy. Not sound crazy, but yeah. Yeah, just to kind of wrap this all up, would y'all take him? Like if y'all in the current state of the Ravens, Q, I ask you first, would you sign into like a 1-year, $15 million deal?
No, not for that.
1 year, like $8 million?
No, just because I don't want the extra stuff that comes with him. Like if he was if it was his skill set with another name that was no drama, such as Keenan Allen or something like that, he could do what I described: get open and catch the ball, go down. Yeah, but Odell comes with all the extra stuff. I don't want that, so no.
Yeah, I was gonna say not all press is good press.
You wouldn't take Tyreek then? Sorry, just real quick to ask you that. Okay.
He has off-field shit too, so no.
Right, the talent doesn't outweigh the bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, Mike. What would you do in this situation with what you got? We'll throw out the same offer. We'll start with 1 year, $8 million deal. We'll just say 1 year, 8. Would you sign him to that? You got, as of right now, you got Smitty, you know what I'm saying? You got AJ Brown. Could you imagine, bro? You know what I'm saying? That dog as your slot receiver, bro.
I mean, I like who we have though. I really do. So like, it was Jahan Dotson.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we had him at the 3, but
you have no arguments there.
I mean, like he did his thing, so like I don't know. We just don't need him. And the thing is too, like to your point, like with the 1 year, $8 million, like that's not realistic because I know he's gonna want more. Like he's gonna want a bag, and we're not giving him a bag, bro. Like, it's just not happening. So he's gonna have to go to a team that's like, you know what I mean, that's willing to give him, like desperate and willing to give him that money. And it's not us. We are not desperate.
It won't be a situation where he's the number 3. It's going to be a situation where they're going to ask a lot of him. Yeah. As like a high targeted number 2. Or please don't. I don't think any team has the idiocracy to take
him as a 1. I would hope not. I would hope not. Yeah.
Maybe you could sign him for some
say 2016 no more.
Maybe since the market's fucked, we could get him for some crypto.
That's actually really funny. Now would be a great time to do that too. That would be a really good time.
Be like, bro, we got you in straight Bitcoin, bro. Now you got to sign now, though, bro. Like,
right. On the next episode of the offseason, we are going to get into the crypto markets and how we are in hell right now, actually. I'm not going to, I was going to elaborate more on that, but I'm going to leave it in the financial realm. So, I appreciate each and every one of y'all who tuned in and made it to this far. I want to appreciate Q and Mike here for taking the time to get into these linebackers.
If you made it this far, comment wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Also, if you made it this far, let us know who out of these linebackers who y'all would who y'all would take. I think we're gonna get into a couple more linebackers before it's all said and done, just because there's a lot of heat in here. But moving and looking forward into Thursday at noon, you will be hearing from us going back to, for the last time, going to the offensive side of the ball, getting into both centers and guards. And should be pretty good. We got a lot of heat coming back on the defensive side of the ball to follow that up. So super excited. Q from Mike, from myself. All love.
All love.
Yes,
All love.
sir.